The powerful storm that is just dumping on California tonight is headed our way. Heavy rain there is flooding streets in Southern California, and first responders are busy with rescues.
All right, checking in with Kathy. You've been tracking the storm and it's finally coming our way. What can we expect?
It is. We're going to see rain showers first, Alex, here in Denver, but the snow machine will go on early in the day. And today, our sunshine, 62-degree high temperature. We're done with that warm weather for a few days. This powerful California storm is moving in, and there will be accumulating snow in Denver. The bulk of the snow, though, will fall in the high country. A lot of water with a storm that's not overly cold, fast moving, kind of the remnants of that atmospheric river to lift northeast into Colorado, and this will be about a 48-hour snow event. We'll start to see the snow really kind of ramp up in coverage across the western slope, where winter storm warning conditions and criteria will go out starting tomorrow morning. The areas in red, which are many of the major ski resorts across our state, 1 to 2 feet of snow by Monday. There are advisories for travel up and down the Front Range foothills and into southern and southeastern Colorado. Denver, we're going to see the clouds increasing tonight. We'll have a few rain showers tomorrow night, mixing with snow Friday night into Saturday. Right now, it looks like a couple inches of slushy snow for Denver, with heavier amounts in the foothills in the 5 to 10 inch range. I'll have more specific details coming up.
He wants to come home. He just wants to be at home.
It's been more than 6 weeks since a driver plowed into a group of cyclists on Lookout Mountain and then just took off. One of the victims is still in the hospital tonight recovering from his injuries, and police are still looking for that driver. David Keating broke his leg, fractured his neck, and suffered severe traumatic brain injury. Now he's slowly working towards recovery.
9 News reporter Jennifer Meckles has an update.
So this is him with his physical therapist. They're working on him, kind of going over these little hurdles.
Small steps in physical therapy are really huge milestones for David Keating.
He's making good progress, but slow progress. That piece of it is really frustrating for him.
David's wife, Karina, joins him most days at Craig Hospital.
Again, it's kind of hard knowing, where he was pre-accident, and then, celebrating things like walking. Or taking steps and stairs or cooking.
This was David the morning of the crash, Saturday, December 16th. Before two drivers, driving aggressively uphill on Lookout Mountain, crashed into David and two other cyclists coming downhill, then took off. Despite multiple witnesses and descriptions of the vehicles, weeks later, nobody's been arrested.
I would, love to have somebody be accountable for their actions. Although that's not going to affect his healing at all, I think it would give us all peace of mind.
Karina says her husband is a stickler for cycling safety. She wishes everyone else on the road would be too.
Colorado is known for its recreation, and so the answer isn't for people to recreate less. The answer is for everybody, people who are cycling and hiking or doing whatever for recreation, and people that are in cars, to work together to create a safe environment so that things like this don't happen.
For now, the Strava stats sit on hold. Instead, David's recovery sets this family's pace.
Honestly, it sounds really cliche, but just taking it one day at a time, that's about all I can do right now.
Getting home is a little bit of a loose target for David right now. Karina says they're aiming for some time in the next several weeks. And he's not just making physical progress, guys. He's also recovering from that brain injury. His family says they're very optimistic. Again, nobody arrested. We have some information on our website from Colorado State Patrol about the two drivers and the vehicles they're looking for. You can look for that shortly, as well as a case number on our website.
She makes such a good point about how this is such an outdoor-friendly state, yet there's so much either ambivalence toward cyclist safety or outright hostility.
And if it's a car against a bike, a car is going to win every time, Kyle.
All right, Jenny Meckles, thank you.
Investigators on the western slope say we may never learn why a man broke into an amusement park armed to kill, then he took his own life. For months, deputies in Garfield County have tried to figure out Diego Barajas Medina's motive. Back in October, they say this 20-year-old snuck into the Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park wearing body armor and carrying an arsenal of guns and bombs. When park employees showed up for work that morning, they found his body in the women's restroom. Investigators say he wrote on the wall there, "I'm not a killer, I just wanted to get in the cave." A search of his phone showed he visited several websites discussing mass shootings, but investigators could never find any ties to any extremist groups or even that park. The sheriff's office says he was sober and he bought all those guns legally.
2 weeks after the taps ran dry in Indian Hills, water managers say the water in that foothills community is finally safe to drink again. A big leak cut off the system last month, and it sent the water district scrambling to find it. It wasn't easy, and in the meantime, some people had no water at all. Others had water, but it wasn't safe to drink. There were people in Indian Hills melting snow to flush their toilets. They finally repaired the leak this week, but had to wait on water quality tests from the state. Folks in Indian Hills say as of this morning, water is safe to use without boiling at first.
We realized very quickly that we had to do something. She wouldn't have made it out of there if we hadn't.
An ordinary day out shopping with friends turned to trouble in a moment. And that's when nurses moved fast to put years of experience into action to save their friend's life.
As we begin American Heart Month, 9 News reporter Rachel Krause has their story.
I think we're bonded for life.
Working at St. Joseph Hospital made fast friends of Robin Morgan, Ariana Stemple, and Corey Holloway. Then a shopping trip this past September brought them closer.
It still feels like yesterday.
They were out at Murdoch's in Grand Junction, buying clothes before a trip to Nashville.
I wasn't feeling well, and I was looking for a place to sit down, and that's really my last memory of what happened.
Robin was on the ground. Corey and Ariana rushed over.
It was scary, but I just wanted to do whatever I could possibly do to help her.
Robin had no pulse. She wasn't breathing.
And I was like, I cannot let Robin die in Murdoch's.
They're both cardiac nurses, but they never performed CPR outside the hospital.
Never.
Nope.
First time.
Or inside it, for that matter.
It's interesting that I've given him a hard time for that for so long, and then the first time they do CPR is on me.
That work kept Robin alive until EMS arrived.
I don't think she would have made it if we wouldn't have been there.
No.
Waking up in the hospital, Robin learned she'd gone into cardiac arrest and fell, hitting her head.
I still have a bit of a skull fracture, so still recovering.
Like her friends, Robin saves lives every day at work. She never expected her own life would need saving.
No, I don't think you ever expect that.
That day, that moment, cementing their friendship into a permanent bond.
I think it's going to be lifelong. Hopefully a long life.
All three stressed what happened that day would have had a very different ending had Corey and Ariana not known and performed CPR. They say it's so important that everyone knows what to do so you can help if the worst should happen.
Incredible to think that Robin potentially, would have died had her friends not been right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And they said that a man on the scene actually went and questioned whether or not these two women, cardiac nurses, knew what they were doing. And thankfully they did. And you're right, they did save her life that day.
All right, good story, Rachel, thanks.